Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dead Cells. Like our second best run ever in the last episode, but really starting to hum. Starting to pick up what's going down before probably eventually getting... I mean, we've never used the explosive crossbow, right? Let's try that. Before probably, you know, unlocking a boss cell and realizing that we're screwed and the game is about to become a lot more difficult. But for now... we're doing good stuff. Dude, this floor is confusing. One thing I've heard that happens, and we don't really care, again, if there's gold stuck in the wall, who cares, dude? One thing I've heard happens is, like, when you unlock boss cells, enemies start to do that infect thing to you early, so if you get hit by 3 enemies, you lose, like, I don't know, a certain percentage of your HP or something. I have no idea. Let's be honest, I have no idea. So what did we end up, what was the problem with the last episode? And, wait. There was a scroll somewhere. Excuse me. We're moving towards it, okay. The problem with the last episode was that, we were leveling up 2 skills when it turned out that our brutality skill absolutely did not need to be leveled up. So we should have gone, like, techniques and survival, or maybe even just techniques. I'm not going to worry about those just yet. I think, like, early on, it's probably in your best interest to... like, not like it would be the worst thing to get a synergy or something like that, but we're going to focus on just ensuring that... we build some kind of, like, usable run, if that makes sense. So, right now, we're going to start... and we're going to go, ooh, what about this? What does a crit with an assault shield? I have no idea. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels from a commentary standpoint. What I mean is, what are we gonna do as our, like, method of choice here? Like, if this was a Christopher Walken starring Fatboy Slim music video, how would we handle it? And I think we're pretty much handling it right now. Spreading things around, hoping to get a good loadout that makes sense. If we can get, like, 2 pieces that synergize, build the rest of our loadout... excuse me... Get 2 pieces that synergize, build the rest of our loadout around that. Start living our lives like there's no tomorrow. I am real disappointed. And we'll go for... I mean, we probably should have gone for the extra level up. Or, not extra level, what am I talking? The extra life. Here we go. But, whatever. So far, so good. So far, it's not even so far so good. It's more like so far, you know, according to plan. We are going to get our first scroll. And I will admit that I have a bias towards making a run technique focused. Or I should say tactics focused. AKA purple. Because it just seems like the most, like, set it and forget it sort of way to win. Like, I think my ideal, at least for my current skill level, the way that this run looks like it should work. Nah. The way that this run looks like it should work, in my head at least, is, we get... a shield, a purple weapon. Oh, dude, I'm for it. Let's go. A shield, a purple primary weapon, no matter what that is. And then, as many levels in purple as possible. But we can't guarantee that just yet. Double-notched bow. We cannot take. Too scary. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained right now as we play a little Dead Cells, but that's okay, we're gonna get in the groove, you know? Right off the bat, first things first, I don't help. I try to help, but sometimes I don't. That was not a smart move. We're just gonna get in the groove, and getting in the groove, unfortunately, and this is still something I'm gonna complain about for about 2 seconds in every single Dead Cells episode for the rest of time, getting in the groove on the first floor largely just means running through all enemies. Hunter's longbow. Inflicts a critical blow if you strike from far away. I'll try it. No, we didn't actually... More than not needing to sell that, we actually just can't sell that. So I have no idea how this works long term, but I could sort of see a ranged shield build getting it done. Sneeze is coming. Choo! Like, an up-close and personal shot doesn't seem that valuable. Have we missed a scroll somewhere? No. Up-close and personal shot maybe doesn't seem that valuable, but if we can get a shield and then stand far away. I've also heard people say, like, hey, try that build and try using it with the one that gives you extra DPS if no enemies are nearby. So you can use that as kind of like a hunter build, basically. Anything that does extra damage when your health is at its maximum seems awesome right now, but might be terrible later, so... Just keep it moving here. And run away. We've got 4 levels in tactics. Far from enough. Help. To make it feel like we're totally set in stone, like in a good spot here. But not feeling the burn too badly either. I know we use that expression a lot. I got a lot of fallback expressions I go to when I find myself in, you know, times of trouble. Stay away from me, please. I'm just trying to run. I wish I would endeavor not to fight you, believe it or not. Okay, okay. 5 levels in tactics. Extra damage on a frozen target. And a heavy crossbow does a bunch of damage, but I kind of like where we're at already. Straight up, I'm not a huge fan of the flashbang, and I've said that many times, but I'm a believer that we could maybe make it work given the right circumstances. We have found the ramparts. I forgot the timed door on the ramparts. But I am starting to realize, as long as you put in the time early to go relatively quickly, you're pretty unlikely to miss that ramparts door. And actually, where things really get easy, there's going to be nothing up there. So it's really just like this upper area here. I'll give it a quick check, but where things really start to get easy is after the ramparts. If you make it to the... Oh, no. If you make it to the Black Bridge in like 15 minutes, crush the boss, you got nothing to worry about. I got the whole map confused here. Because usually the boss, I think they budget like way too much time for you to beat the boss, which is nice because it makes the timed doors like totally acceptable to actually get to. And what? Ooh, it's just old sewers entrance, so that was a complete waste of our time. Hopefully we'll make it to the door here on time, but as always, no alarms and no surprises. First couple of floors, largely just about keeping yourself strong here. Let's go increase health by 30. I'm not going to go for the projectile build yet, because I'm not sure, you know, we may come across some kind of awesome synergy that precludes us from going full purple strats. We'll see. But the ramparts is nice. It's always nice, you know, 10 minutes into the run, you finally have a floor where you're like, we can fight some enemies. And I know I should be on the baguette update. I should be on the baguette update. I'm not on the baguette update yet. One day that moment will come. This is, I think we have 8 minutes to make this door. I'm trying to internalize, that's why I'm not looking at the cheat sheet anymore, but, ooh, I do like a broadsword, except for the fact that it has, take extra damage, which is no good. Yeah, we had 8 minutes, so that's not too bad here. Let's keep going tactics for now. I do want to do a more well-balanced run, but I think we learned last time balance is great, But you can't really commit to 2 stats, because, I mean, you probably could. We did mess with our loadout in a way that was, like, untenable in the last run. We found ourselves in the unfortunate situation of, like, not being able to find a red weapon that worked well enough to justify the, like, 14 points we had in it, but... oh well. That last run was still good. It was the first time I've ever, actually fought that boss. I know you're gonna say, but NL, you fought him before. Well, it's true, but when I say actually fought him, I mean, that's the first time I actually, like, looked at what his patterns do at all. Instead of just merely praying for the sweet release of death. I'm digging the Hunter's Longbow, I gotta be honest. What I mean is, like, the first time I fought the final boss, oh my god, the first shot pierces? It's incredible. At least maybe when it's fully charged, I'm not sure. Hey, what a jerk. The cells are out of control, but... and actually, we got a pretty nice tactics build going here, as you can see. I mean, it's what we were planning on, so it might not seem surprising, but... the first time I fought him, I just spammed skills and then tried to, like, jump whenever I saw him coming. And that worked about as well as you would think. Tried something a little bit more appropriate last time. And it seemed to do the trick. So we're gonna go green. As of right now, I believe in the power of this purple and green deck. Hey, excuse me. What about 2 ceiling turrets? Instead of a flashbang and a ceiling turret. In fact, I'm now realizing, and I know I've said that about 30 times here, this is gonna make the Black Bridge a little bit more difficult. Because it's a boss fight on which there is no ceiling, but... could still be good, maybe, if we get lucky. Oh, okay, we're already out here. Hopefully our bow does enough damage on the crits by then that we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, okay, 2 ceiling turrets. Probably not the ideal build for the first boss. But, you know, this ain't Isaac. We're probably going to be this first boss regardless of where we're at there. And maybe... by rocking a build like this, instead of, like this is doing just gangbusters, dude. Instead of, popping both skills down, running, popping both skills down, running, we could throw one down, kill all the enemies, throw our second down, kill all the enemies, you know what I mean? Like, we could move a little faster as a result of this. But I do not know. I do not know. This time we'll use both because we got a scroll enemy. And, I mean, I don't really want to go purple-green, I should say. I think maybe going purple and then whenever you have to rock something else, splitting those abilities up might be a positive. Hey, don't do that. Instead of putting it all in one. Because, like, oh my god, you fool. Well, there's nothing down there. We now realize that. After going that way twice. Are we on the Black Bridge already? That's crazy, dude. We don't really need to put levels in green for damage. Because our shield, for most shields, who cares, right? We're gonna have enough to level something up here. Maybe even... have we leveled up the Hunter's Longbow? I don't know. Let's try, while there's no enemies nearby, another 200 damage per second. I'm unconvinced that it's gonna be amazing, but we'll see. So this guy, I don't know, he's gonna be weird. Our ceiling turrets, I'm pretty sure, just fade away into the ether. So it's gonna be... oh my god, and we have to wait for our ammo to come back. Give me the ammo, please. Oh, there we go. Some of them fell out. Well, this will be a good test. It might look terrible, but just remember, every other boss has, that damage is great. Every other boss has a ceiling above them. So as bad as this may look, I don't think it's that bad. We are gonna need to kill him, though. Hey, stop doing that. Don't do AoE. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. You know what actually would have been a better build for this is, or a better mutation? I guess we could still take it if we wanted to spend a little gold. Double ammo in all weapons, because, like, having so little ammo in this thing is gonna make it a little difficult to rock it, isn't it? No, not rocket, bow and arrow. Yeah, no soap radio and all that, but at the same time, if we can only shoot 3 times, I do worry about what that means for, you know, fighting a lot of enemies, but maybe we don't have to worry about it altogether that much, because the damage is already looking okay. So we made it with multiple time to spare here. Multiple time? I don't think that's how that works. Byproduct of having a lot of stats in one primary area, and also just being, like, happy with where we're at, I think. Being a little bit more aware of... Oh, let's go. A little bit more aware of how to fight these bosses. Ammo plus 3 throws a grenade. Yeah. No shot piercing, but... And then what do we want? I mean, like a... Try something like this. We have no synergies. Yet. And that's a real problem. I don't like rolling, like, 2 ranged weapons, though. Like, 1 to enable, 1 to kill. I don't know. Maybe we could actually... I know we've tried it 100 times. Every time we've done it, it's been terrible, but... Maybe this is the one, dude. Right. So, I may well need to tell you how we're gonna do this run, because I sort of don't have any idea. And we will go back to the slumbering whatever the heck it's called at some point, but, for now, you know, we have a formula that works for us, and I'm not trying to say that the videos are becoming formulaic. I'm just trying to say that we need to be scientists and change one variable while the rest stay independent. Or stay dependent, I should say. This seems good. I don't know, again, I don't like rolling double projectile whenever possible. Also don't know what counts as being nearby for an enemy, but so be it. Enemies burning when they die. Is it good? I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know with our present synergy if it means much. So we're going a little bit more aggressive with our build here for certain. Definitely more of like a... We're just gonna kill enemies before they even have a chance to hit us sort of build. A little bit more pro-aggro. I think I overcompensated for hating defense earlier and was like, let's take a lot of levels of defense, and it was very valuable for my growth in this game, but I'm not sure if it was a necessity to the extent that I treated it as. Our damage here is actually real good. Shield and Vampirism. For now, like, I'm no big fan of the Ice Shock. I think it's just a decent initiator, but we could probably also just walk up to any enemy at a great distance and crit them to death in one hit, so, like, who needs the Ice Shock, you know what I mean? Who do we think we are? A former tight end for the New York Giants, Jeremy Shockey? That's not a hockey joke, it's a football joke, despite his name. We love Death Orb. Death Orb, it's been amazing for us. I think it might have the best DPS out of anything in the game. And that's why it pains me so to leave it behind. Pretty much just taking these shots to the face. And I'm to blame. You give tactics a bad name. Dude, we gotta be spamming our turrets. We've already been there, right? I think we've been there? Yeah. We gotta be spamming our turrets more frequently. They have a cooldown of like 3 seconds right now. We already have 13 levels in it, and it's only the Fog Fjord. Keep in mind, we're looking for the Forgotten Sepulcher, which is going to give us 2 more scrolls, so it's only going to get better. There's never anything over on the other side there. I'm stunned that you were able to hit me. Stunned, I tell you. Well, there is a key somewhere. But you should know, we don't need to get it. We might be missing out on some resources there, but could also just run over the top of it. We're still going to need a key. But not immediately. 3-3. So, whenever we get a red-green scroll, right now I think my game plan is very, very simple. We're just going to toss it. Oh my god, so many biters. We're just going to toss it over, like, or into whatever stat has the least power at the present moment. Yeah, we've also got to keep in mind this biter, this biter synergy. I think I'm going to try it. It's dangerous, but we kind of have the set it and forget it sort of style of what I think I'm looking for here. And we didn't get any curse chests in our last run, so. Ceiling turret 5. Extra damage on a frozen target, and it pierces. So I think I'm going to get rid of our ceiling turret 4. And I know that this does extra damage on a frozen target. So there's a certain degree of temptation there, without a doubt. We can make it. Oh, you can't roll through that regardless. Just be extremely very cool right now. Because this, to me, has all the makings and machinations of a highly winnable run. The only thing we could do to ruin it is take damage against these fools. These really are like some of the easiest enemies. I'm just going to toss these down in case there's enemies inside of this. And we would have looked like a genius if there were. Or we would be dead. But we would look like a genius for the prediction nonetheless. Look at that, dude. Whoo! Got a little anxious there, I'm not going to lie. And of course we took like 6 hits on the engagement right after this, which lends some credence to the idea that maybe we were right to be a little anxious. Ice Shock has a pretty nasty cooldown on it, as I'm just realizing, so. Dude, double crossbow-matic. I hate saying the name. It makes me feel like I'm 4 years old. But I'm having a great time using it in the game. And there's absolutely no rush here. Right, we've already been that way. As we've established many times, you don't need to do things that way. We don't want to go that way. Are we really done? It feels like... maybe we did get a lot there. I don't know. The later you get in the game, the more scrolls you're gonna get. Dude, why are you chasing me? You're just ensuring your own death. Your single-minded purpose towards death, pestilence, and destruction will only lead to your own demise, you fool. So usually, this is how we get to a scroll-rich environment. Forgotten Sepulcher, little bit faster than we need to be. I mean, we're 17 minutes in-game time. And we need 22 minutes or earlier to make it, so for the time being, I have very little to complain about, I think. But this is really where it gets... I mean, after the Forgotten Sepulcher is where it gets hard, so... Which is funny to think, because the first time I played through Dead Cells, this was like, oh my god. They've made the game too hard. And, I mean, it does get tough down here. But, you know, I think what's actually helped me out a lot is your feedback. If I can... You know, put some improvement on... Oh, yeah. If I can put some of the onus on you guys, you've helped me out a great deal. And really just getting into this, like, speedy mentality. Was that treasure? I don't know what that was. Just getting into this speedy mentality has helped me out a ton when it comes to beating this level, because really the most important thing here is that you just go sort of quickly. Oh, we got gold there. Wait a minute, you fool. You're skipping your timed door accidentally. See, this is why it's nice to have a little bit of a lead time. Yeah, it was literally right there. You almost cost yourself 2 polymorphic scrolls. Would have been pretty stupid. What's our cooldown like now? 2 seconds on the cooldowns. And then our Hunter's Longbow does 5,100 damage on a crit. And beyond that... Wait, yeah, I want to check this. Beyond that, it also does an extra, like, 500 if there's no enemies nearby. So... I don't really want to wait you out, but I want to make sure you die. You scared? Okay. Well, I think it's always, or at least I should say, it's often the traps that get me now. Less often, although still occasionally, is it the enemies. Remember, we do extra damage against frozen enemies, too. No! I think we might have needed, or at least been very happy to have the speed in that situation from having killed an enemy recently. So, our slowness might have cost us, which is kind of a recurring theme in this game. Okay. Again, like, the thing is, I know that cells are important. It's not that I think that cells are unimportant, it's just that... You know, I mean, 32,000 gold is not important, but the cells are also unimportant. Right now. We've got... Maybe we're closing out on, like, a halfway. I see something there. Yeah? We're closing in like a halfway of all the items. Whoa! Okay, we fell down to 73 HP there. Just a good reminder that, well, really, it's just a good reminder you should use your turrets, unless you're an idiot. Which we, appeared to be for a moment there, but I'm hoping we'll remove that doubt in the future. Not my finest moment. And that would have been a highly, highly disappointing death. You know, in Kanye West's song Power, he says it would be a beautiful death. This would not have been a beautiful death. It would have been a death very unfortunate based on the current mindset. We must be getting scrolls more frequently based on our current power composition, right? No, don't fall. Don't fall, you fool! Because we're getting so many red-green scrolls. As much as I wish we were not. So we got one heal left. And we've been through some genuinely terrifying moments here. But I still believe in the power of this run. I mostly believe that I'm playing kind of like garbage right now. We're a little scroll deficient excuse me. A little scroll deficient compared to where we've been on previous runs at around this moment. But we are definitely going to hit that mythical 20 mark. In our primary stat. As long as we don't die in the very near future. I see an elite. I wish to face the elite. I wish to also not die. Damage reduction, please. All damage taken minus 20%. Oh, let's actually... This time, though, for real go, because I'm a little afraid. So heal up. Do us all a favor. Stop playing so bad. Start playing better. And, have you ever considered going in what might be construed as the right direction? In theory, we are basically done with this floor. But in practice, you know, practice... You want to make theory laugh? Tell it your practice. Wait, I got it backwards. You want to make practice laugh? Tell it your theories. It's not a real expression, but I'm making it a real expression. There's a lantern. Had to hit that, unfortunately. Now, I do want to check something real quick. Is there a rune? Like it, oh, there's a roll, which means there's probably... Oh, gold and a scroll. Holy crap. Excuse me? Which one would you think that I would want to get here? See, because for me, personally, I would think that I want the scroll. There we go. And, we should consider taking levels in health, I think. So we need to find our last key, and that's the only, Oh, there's another scroll, too. Once we find our last key, get the heck out of this floor, because, as you can clearly tell, it is no joke. Even though I was, admittedly, joking about it. As we entered down to it, I said, "Oh, what an easy floor! Now that we're..." You fool. Now that we're experts at dead cells, we'll never take damage on this floor. Really smart idea. Taunt the game. Really, really good and smart idea for us to do. Taunt the game you've never beaten before. Let me know how that works out for you. A little bit of unbridled hubris, if you will. We got our key. Let's leave. Please allow me. Don't make me use the mouse, please. I would just like to WASD. Please, I'd like to leave the floor. I know there's a teleporter up here. I'm just kind of wedged in an area that was hard to get to. WASD, in hindsight, did not make it any easier whatsoever. But it did fit with my aesthetic as not knowing what I'm doing. And I consider it very relevant to be on brand like that. Are we not done? No, we're done. Okay, so clock room is, I thought it was the castle, which is a foolish mistake. We're not on the castle. We're on the clock room. And we're on the clock. And by that I mean, well, we're not really on the clock at all. We're actually, this might be the fastest run we've ever had to get to this point. A little bit of the scariest run we've ever had to get to this point as well. So I think our methodology is very simple. We're not using the longbow enough. Make sure you freeze. Crossbow. I don't know if our ceiling turret's going to do too much for us here. It will exist, but freeze, crossbow. Longbow from a distance. And look, this deck works, dude. Look at the damage we just did. That was insane. And actually continues to be. That was absurd. Corruption. And now you see that, you know, the error is not in, I was going to say deck construction, but the error is not in run construction. The error on this deck exists in the space between my ears. You know, when the run works, it works. So I don't really want many of these, honestly. I think I may take this as an opportunity, even though all these are going to be erased eventually. And what a corruption. Your health files only restore 30%, but they add extra damage for 12 seconds when used. Straight up, that seems kind of really, really bad. But what do I know? What I do know is after fighting that enemy, we would be a fool to not use our hunter's longbow substantially more frequently. The damage it was doing, I mean, it just validates the fact that we chose to go with it to begin with, right? The fact that we can kill those guys in 2 hits from afar is beautiful. Now, the hard part is going to be able to ensure that we can be away from them. Because they're going to want to be close. But dude, this is like... it's rocking. Like a Dick Clark New Year's Eve bash. So I think this is where we switch to combat mode. And we say, you know what? Start to take out every enemy. Not for resources, but just to make your life easier. You know, by taking out every enemy that we can see. Shouldn't have fired that yet. That one's the real one. By taking out every enemy that we can see, it's going to make it a lot harder to catch us unawares. So this guy should be extremely toast. Yeah, okay. There's Castle Key 1. Remember, you only need 2 of these. Only downside that I can see to our present setup is that Hunter's Longbow takes a decent amount of... whoa! We ignited the ground. Hunter's Longbow takes a decent amount of time to get set up. But dude, it's absolutely popping. That was bad. I do see a scroll down there. It continues to be bad down here. Do something like this. Okay. So that's our first heal, I think. Yeah, we're low enough that I'd like to use the heal. I'm not too bummed about it. I think in all honesty, things still look very good. We should not have gone for the hit there. The freeze, I should say. Look at that. I don't like you. So I'm just going to leave you. You are the most annoying of all enemies. Never mind. Alright, technically that's all we need. And to be honest with you, I think I would be very happy to find the exit to the floor at this point. And I would suggest that this is a big moment for us and perhaps even our greatest chance ever to defeat the final boss. But I can't say it for certain yet. I see you back there. You can't stop me. Did we already come this way? Very dumb. That was very dumb and stupid of me. We had him on lockdown. We just needed to not be stupid. You know I see those scrolls. Yeah. I think I'm ready. I honestly think we go. Not because I'm trying to rush it down, but because I don't want to fight another elite. And you do have a little bit of resiliency in Dead Cells. Like, you're not necessarily guaranteed to die by fighting these elites, like, by surprise. You do have that, like, brief moment where you recover and go, like, ugh, and everything goes slow down. But I think this was the right moment for us. Now, where are we losing on this run? We have less HP than we'd like by about maybe 30%, but... Trying to remember, seems like you'd really like to use those platforms to stand on wherever possible. We also absolutely, and we should know this from earlier, you need to shoot. If you don't shoot, life is going to be pain. Wow, we have 1 HP. We're dead. Okay, you know what? You got me, and I feel bad about that because I really think we had a chance, but can't be too upset about any run in which we do make it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I think I need a new approach. Maybe, but we're getting there, and I'll see you next time.